On a picturesque Saturday in San Luis Obispo, California, could not be happier to welcome you into another presentation of SLO Blues baseball in the California Collegiate League. A second straight non-league contest between the SLO Blues and the opponents Coastal Dodgers of Santa Barbara, who prevailed last night by a score of 14-8 on opening day here at Sinsheimer Park. We welcome you into the broadcast, and we're going to step inside momentarily for the national anthem. The rendition of our anthem being performed on an organ this evening. Still just as spectacular as our chorus we had last night. And with that, we welcome you into the press box here at Sinsheimer Park. I'm Zach Ebrahim back here with you for Game 2 of the Blues' 76th season. Last night, a disappointing effort from both teams in terms of walks, errors, a lot of heavy traffic in a game that took over 4 hours to complete. Both teams feeling each other out and have come to play a little bit more today. Both managers a little bit impressed with some of the younger talent who haven't even pitched or played in college yet, going out and performing well for each ball club. But a lot of these teams, a lot of these players, I should say, have not played together quite yet. And so it's a little more time to get familiar with one another. And we'll see if the Blues can come out victorious, start their season 0-1. The Coastal Dodgers have started their season 1-0. Today's starter for the Blues will be Bryson Van Sickle, getting his first start as a Blue. Left-hander warming up on the mound as we speak. You see him warm up here, and Bryson, we mentioned a left-hander. Last night it was Kevin Lyons, who's a returning player for the Blues, a right-hander, who faced a lineup from the Dodgers that featured 9 right-handed hitters. 9 for 9 in the lineup. Their lineup has changed, and so will the approach of Van Sickle. Here's how the Dodgers line up for tonight's contest. They lead off with Anthony Canavino, the center fielder, followed by Joaquin Sandoval, the catcher. He's batting second. Brady Spencer's the DH. He's batting third. Mateus Melchizian, the third baseman, bats cleanup. Victor Heredia, the shortstop, bats fifth. Emmett Speak in right field bats sixth. Cal Whip, didn't see him yesterday. He'll get his first at-bat of the season at first base. Braden McCoy in the 8th slot playing left field. And Owen Betancourt is the second baseman, rounding out the starting 9 for the Dodgers, who put up 14 runs on the Blues last night on just 9 hits. The Blues fell victim to a lot of walks, heavy traffic, in a situation where Bob Miller just attributed it to youth and trying to get used to the dimensions of the field, getting used to the mound, and, of course, getting a feel for these pitches for the pitchers. Opening matchup, Canavino for the Dodgers faces Bryson Van Sickle, Blues starter, left-hander. Blues rocking their sharp navy jerseys on this Saturday afternoon. A new wrinkle into the Blues uniforms. An alternate jersey that we see on this Saturday. And we are underway. With strike one. So the matchup here, Conavino, who we saw last night in center field. That ball gets away and it's in the dirt. He plays for Bob Miller at Cuesta College, and talking with Bob Miller and saying, because there are a lot of players from Cuesta that are on this Dodgers roster. And when you talk to Coach Miller, he'll tell you he was impressed with what he saw from guys that he usually has playing for him, playing against him last night. Conavino, one of those players that played well. Ball and a strike, here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt, gets away, ball two. So already a lefty deployed in Conavino versus the lefty Van Sickle in his first start here. 2-1. Painted the corner, and it's even at 2-2. Top of the first here, Blues and Dodgers. Second game of a 2-game homestand for the Blues. Really a 4-game homestand, but the second against the Dodgers. Welcome a different opponent come tomorrow and Monday. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch in the dirt. Count full at 3-2. Payoff pitch from Bryson Van Sickle. That's a high chopper hit to second base and playable. So it's Clausen on to Tollerman, and it's out number 1. 4-3 on the ground out. Here's Joaquin Sandoval. Saw him last night, played very well. Catcher for the Dodgers, right-handed hitter. Lefty on righty, Van Sickle gets him to foul the first one off, strike one. A lot of errors and walks in last night's contest, as I mentioned at the open. That was the name of the game. It was heavy traffic. Each pitcher, whether you were the starter or the reliever, dealing with men on first and second with nobody out a number of times. Hard to pitch around that kind of traffic. But when they were able to do so, showed their coaches that they're more than capable. Two-strike pitch from Van Sickle. That one's hit out to right. Not deep and playable for Freitas, who's out there. And he'll make the catch. 2 gone now in the inning. Here's Brady Spencer now. For the Dodgers, just in town for the 2-game set. We'll head back to Santa Barbara tonight after this contest, trying to win their first 2 this season. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And Sickle looking comfortable so far on the bump. Here's his 0-1. Way inside, and it hit him. So Spencer will take first base on the hit by pitch. Saw that a couple times, just with a lack of control and command will come hit batters and, of course, walks. Saw a couple hit batters last time. Van Sickle, a left-handed sophomore, heading into his sophomore year at the University of Utah. Now facing Mateus Melchizian, third baseman, right-handed hitter. That one's slapped out to right, and that one's going to drop right in front of Freitas for a base hit. And going from first to third, the throw was there, but the play couldn't be made by Tully at third. Throw into second gets away. This will allow a run to score. And the Dodgers are on the board, 1-0. Spencer comes in to score. Melkezian all the way to third, and it's 1-0 Dodgers. Already a tough start for the Blues. You just see the defense trying to make plays, throws from the outfield and unable to be cut off and playable by these infielders. A lot of guys have switched around. Freitas did not play right field yesterday. Clausen did not play second base, so Bob Miller already shifting his lineup around. Here's Victor Heredia, fifth Dodger bat, to come to the plate in this inning. They already lead 1-0. Mateus Melkezian, who got the first base hit, is safely at third as that pitch is fouled away to the right side and the count 0-1. Going to rule the throwing error on Zach Tolia. 0-1 pitch. Elevated and missed with ball one. Runner at third, and Van Sickle trying to keep him there. Ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Way inside and missing. Two-one count on Heredia. Melkezian with his base hit. Got all the way to third on a throwing error from third. Ball three. Two gone, top of the first. Blues already leading 1-0. Took as large as a 6-1 lead at one point in a 5-run top of the fourth. That saw them take the commanding 5-run lead. Blues would go on to tie it 6-6 in yesterday's contest. That one's fouled straight back, and it's 3-2. But from there, it was all Dodgers. The final would end up being 14-8. Dodgers played 4 runs in the top of the ninth to win more than comfortably. Trying to do so again today. Count full. Van Sickle gets the sign from CSUN behind the plate. That one is slapped beyond the reach of Tolia into left field. Base hit. RBI single for Victor Heredia. Already 2-0 Dodgers. Here's Emmett Speak. Did not see Speak last night. If they're a left-handed hitter, we didn't see him last night. So Speak steps into the left-handed batter's box. Right fielder, number 19. Freshman on his way to Santa Barbara City College. So 3 men have reached for the Dodgers. The first 2 came in to score. In last night's contest, 6 of 10. 60% of the runners that made it on the bases for the Dodgers came in to score. First run of this one scored on a throwing error from Zach Tolia. Second on a base hit, RBI by Heredia. He's safe at first currently. Takes off for second now. And the pitch was actually a strike, but dropped by CSUN behind the plate, and it's a stolen base for Heredia. Already in scoring position, but Emmett Speak in the hole 0-2. Two gone in the inning. Van Sickle trying to keep it at just a 2-0 deficit. And the pitch. Fouled back against the netting. Count remains the same. First souvenir of the day for a young fan. No balls, 2 strikes. Speak's first at-bat of the season. 3 straight Dodgers have reached, all a different way. Hit by a pitch. RBI single. Van Sickle checks second momentarily, delivers a ball in the dirt. Picked up by C-Sun. Still in the top of the first. And already Blues pitching facing heavy traffic. Blues pitching only had one 1-2-3 inning, and that was the top of the first, where 2 line drives were caught by Zach Tolia at third. Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch for Van Sickle. Elevated that one and missed with ball 2. Heredia in scoring position, got himself an RBI single and stole second base. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2-0 Dodgers with 2 outs in the top of the first. That one is slapped to second, fielded cleanly by Clausen. He'll toss to first and get the out. Side retired, but not before the Dodgers do damage. Already a 2-0 lead, but a runner stranded at second, and Van Sickle able to get through the top of the first. And for a young man making his first start of the season, that can be the toughest inning. We'll see if he settles in the top of the second, but before then, we'll see if the Blues bats can back him up. We'll head to the bottom of the first. And here's how the Blues line up this evening. Noah Clausen moves from 9th to 1st, batting leadoff now and playing second base. Joey Freitas is playing right field. Zach Tollerman moves up to 3rd in the lineup, plays first base. Zach Tolia, he was the 3rd baseman yesterday. He'll be the 3rd baseman tonight and bat cleanup. Garrett Brooks moves from the 2nd slot to batting 5th. He's in left field. Luke Pemberton remains in center field. Jojo Cabreros is going to make his first start as a Blue at shortstop. Luke Mistoni going to make his first start. We saw him in a pinch hit effort last night. He'll DH. And Michael C-Sun, the first time we've seen him already behind the plate, as he's the battery with Bryson Van Sickle for tonight's contest, but C-Sun will be batting 9th. Pitcher for the Dodgers, Jackson Cloud. Freshman on his way to Cuesta College, going to go play for Bob Miller. Coach Miller's first chance at seeing him against his team here. Bottom of the first coming up. Cloud, a 6'1" right-hander. Warms up to face the Blues bats in the bottom of the first. Going to take a short break and be right back with you. So here's Noah Clausen to lead things off for the Blues in the bottom of the first. Right-handed hitter. Facing Jackson Cloud, a freshman on his way to Cuesta College, will play for the man he's playing against tonight in Bob Miller. First pitch is fouled away for strike 1. Clausen last night had an RBI double. Ended up going 1 for 4 with a run scored, so his average at 250 for the season, be that as it may. 0-1, swing and a miss on a breaking ball. The arsenal for Cloud, not a whole lot of velocity, as here's the 0-2. That one is popped up and playable, easily caught, made by Betancourt, playing second base tonight. He makes the first out. Soft line drive caught at second. For out number 1. Here's Joey Freitas. Back to Cloud, though. The fastball between 84 and 87, tops out in the high 80s, has not touched the 90s yet. Still a talented arm. Best pitch is his slider, and we see it there for strike one. Best pitch is his slider. That is what Steve Hardesty really emphasized to us. That one is fouled straight back, count now 0-2. Mentioned that we're going to see the slider a lot tonight, and there might not be anything the Blues can do about it. Also features a changeup as some secondary stuff. So the off speed already a bit better than the fastball for this young pitcher. And you see it there, a swing and a miss, and that's out number 2. First strikeout for Cloud, and here's Zach Tollerman batting third and playing first base. We saw Sage Para play first base last night. This time it'll be Tollerman, who we saw last night. And there for a strike. Tollerman last night 2 for 5. Couple base hits for him. Ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Missing high. Two balls and a strike. Base is empty, already 2 gone in the bottom of the first. And there's ball 3. Anytime the Blues got down, what they were able to do and they rallied, they only got 1 extra base hit last night, but it was the amount of base runners that they got overall. Actually had more hits than the Dodgers. Swing and a miss, count full. Had 10 hits to the Dodgers' 9. Had their fair share of base runners, fair share of opportunities. Couple runners at third with 2 outs. Unable to cash in. Here's a payoff pitch. Ball 4. And we'll mention it ad nauseum. Saw a lot of walks last night in a game that took over 4 hours to complete. A lot of men on base, a lot of heavy traffic. Here's Zach Tolia. Already with a throwing error that led to a run in the first inning. Going to try and make up for it here with the bat. First pitch missing high. 12 total errors in last night's contest. 7 by the Dodgers in a win, and 5 by the Blues. Tolia last night, 1 for 4, had a really good night. Walked, had 3 RBIs. Missing low ball 2, good take. Getting the situation a runner at first. And Tollerman, he walked. And now Tolia batting cleanup in a 2-0 count. Throw over to first will check on Tollerman, and he's still safe. So Jackson Cloud, a young pitcher on his way to quest a chance to show Bob Miller what he's got playing against him and his ball club. 2-0 pitch. That one's fouled off. 2-1 now. In our pregame talk with Coach Miller, quickly went up to him. Obviously not thrilled with last night's effort, even though it's the first game and you understand the youth that both these ball clubs had. Said, listen, Coach, we're not going to ask you for any analysis on what we saw last night, but what do you expect out of your guys that did make errors, your pitching staff? And he just said improvement all around, defensively and improved command on the mound. Want to limit the amount of traffic, and we want to hit better with runners in scoring position. As diving back into first was Zach Tollerman, and now he's being attended to. Try and get a better look at it for you here. Still down is Tollerman. His dive back into first. They're tending to him here. Hope Zach is all right. See if Bob Miller will gesture for a substitution. Dollarman is still down, clearly in pain. Not going to speculate. Simply can as to what may have happened in that slide back into first. And he's being helped to his feet by 3 members of the Blues, including head coach Bob Miller. And hitting coach Steve Tolley. Good to see him up on his feet now. And he's going to be subbed out. Tollerman's going to come out of the ball game. Pausing the action, and we'll let you know when we get back to it. You're on the Blue Streaming Network. Looks like we're going to quickly get back into it. Tollerman, he didn't sub out, did he? He's remaining in the ballgame. Pinch runner. 37, thank you, Max. Statistician Max Lober. Always such a help here in the booth. Kyle Hiltbrand, high school senior at Mission Prep High School, is now running for Tollerman at first base. Hitter still Zach Tolia. He just took a hack and he evened the count at 2-2. Still 2 outs in the bottom of the first. 2-0 Dodgers. Hope Zach Tollerman's okay. Injured. May have been something with his hand or wrist. Diving back into first. He walked. And now Kyle Hiltbrand, who just got checked on over at first base, remains safe. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Missing in the dirt. Ball 3, count full. Tolia with 3 RBIs. It makes him the team leader so far, a game in. So wear that one with pride. Throw over to first again. Checks on Hiltbrand. Ball 4, and that's going to be a walk. So Tolia is aboard. 2 straight walks now for the Blues. Tollerman, who was subbed out because of injury, and Tolia, who just took ball 4. And now Garrett Brooks, left-handed hitter, is going to stand in. Left fielder tonight. And the Blues with some base runners and a chance to get on the board in the bottom of the first. Brooks out of the University of Texas San Antonio steps into the left-handed batter's box. Again, the Dodgers and the Blues, second night of non-league action. 2 different leagues doing battle. The Dodgers out of the Gold Coast Collegiate League and the Blues of your California Collegiate League. First pitch in for a strike to Brooks. Brooks bat second last night. Move down to 5th, and we'll see that a number of times. Coach Miller is still getting used to these hitters and what they're capable of and where he can put them in the lineup. That one is slapped over to first base and playable, and taking it to the bag unassisted is Whip to end the inning. So the Blues strand 2, and we will head to the top of the second because of it. Brooks grounds out to first base unassisted, and that does it for the first inning. Dodgers remain in front 2-0. We'll look to add to that. Bryson Van Sickle will look to settle in on the mound. He'll face Speak, Whip, who just made the out, and McCoy when we get to the top of the second. Short break on the Blue Streaming Network. We'll be right back. Thanks for hanging out on a Saturday. Welcome back. Top of the second. It'll be Emmett Speak to lead off the inning for the Dodgers. Substitution at first base for the Blues. Sage Para, who we saw at first base, is going to sub in for Zach Tollerman. We really hope Tollerman is okay. We will get you any and all information on his injury when we can, but he will unfortunately not return in this one. But Bryson Van Sickle returns to the mound, left-hander facing the right-hander in the batter's box, Speak, who takes ball one. Dodgers already in front 2-0. And the pitch swung on and missed. So it's Van Sickle on the mound and Seasun behind the plate. A combination we have, of course, not seen this season. May see down the road as that's in there for strike two and Van Sickle gets ahead. Arsenal for Van Sickle. Fastball that tops out in the low 90s, 91 miles per hour. A hammer breaking ball, curve ball, and a changeup. That's in there. Strike three called, and he got him.
There's a bottle of SLO Heat Hot Sauce, number 220, and 220 is on your
Out number one, and the first strikeout for Van Sickle.
program. Pick up your bottle of SLO Heat from Bon Ton Creole Cafe. Now batting number 22, the left fielder, Braden McCoy.
So one out, top of the second. And here's Braden McCoy. A little bit of housekeeping. That was Cal Whip who struck out looking, my mistake. Emmett Speak grounded out to second in his first at-bat, so that was Whip who struck out looking and is now Braden McCoy who just swung and missed at that breaking ball. That evens the count at 2-2. It is officially Braden McCoy. He's the left fielder. He's number 22. Lefty on lefty here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and he got him swinging. That's out number 2, and Van Sickle, as we sort of thought would happen, he has settled in. Back-to-back strikeouts, one looking, one swinging, and here's Owen Betancourt.
Next up, number 26, the second baseman, Owen Betancourt.
Betancourt gets some cheers, possibly some family and friends that have made the 90-minute drive up from Santa Barbara to SLO. Bryson Van Sickle, fastball, curveball, change. Fouled back, and it's 1-1. Have a feeling with both managers telling me at least that their starters enjoy to throw their breaking balls. It's going to be whose is going to be sharper. Ball and a strike. And now it's 1-2. Two-strike pitch from Van Sickle. He's got back-to-back strikeouts. Can he strike out the side? Oof, Seasun tried to frame that one for him, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in a 2-0 ball game in the top of the second. And he hit him. Betancourt finds himself at first base, the second Dodger to be hit by a pitch, and it's their first base runner of the inning.
Batting now for the Dodgers, top of the lineup, number 17, the center fielder, Anthony Colavino.
First pitch misses high to Canavino. Ball one. Canavino grounded out to second his first time up. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. Two gone, top of the second. Van Sickle trying to pitch around a hit batter. Throws over to first to check on him, and Betancourt will be safe. Ball and strike. Runner takes off for second. CSUN has it. Pitches a strike. Throw into second. Not in time. It's another stolen base for the Dodgers. This one by Betancourt. Was hit by a pitch and now finds himself in scoring position, but the count is 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Got him swinging, but made some contact. Have to complete the strikeout. Throw to first is not in time. Runner takes off for home. There was no throw from first base, and it's 3-0 Dodgers. Curious mistake there from Sage Para, who simply did not throw the ball home. And a run is in to score. It's 3-0 Dodgers. And making it to first base was indeed Canavino, who swung and missed, but it was a drop third strike, and he finds himself safe at first after striking out. He'll take off for second, swing and a miss, throw into second. This one, that was a much better throw, but it's another stolen base from the Dodgers. They have spotted a weakness and have taken advantage of it. And he'll move into scoring position. A 1 count in an inning where the Dodgers have tacked on another. Canavino, who reached first base after striking out, is now in scoring position as he stole second base. Second stolen base of the night for the Dodgers. And the pitch. Grounded to Tolia at third. Fields throws to first. And the play not made by Para. It's a base hit. And Canavino will advance to third. So Sandoval reaches on a fielder's choice, and here's Brady Spencer, who was hit by a pitch. So in an inning where it looked like Van Sickle had settled in, back-to-back strikeouts, he hits Betancourt, who comes in to score, strikes out Canavino, still reaches, and he's now at third. And Joaquin Sandoval just reached on a fielder's choice. Here's Brady Spencer in a 3-0 ball game in the top of the second. Still 2 outs. Throw over to first will check on Sandoval. Brad, just saw your comment. You are absolutely right. I did miss that. Foster did have a 1-2-3 inning. I believe he struck out the side in the 8th. I believe you are right. So that is true. The Blues did not only have 1-1-2-3 inning, they had 2 in the 1st and the 8th. You are correct, sir. Two outs, top of the second. Spencer still waiting for the first pitch from Van Sickle. Time called momentarily, and CSUN is going to have a word with Van Sickle as the infield will all meet on the mound.
Some of the great folks that have made Blues baseball possible here on the Central Coast include Studio Design Group Architects. They've been designing buildings 40 years with one thing in mind, people.
Runners at the corners with 2 outs, And the Dodgers threatening to take another sizable lead here early in the ball game if Van Sickle cannot retire Brady Spencer. Spencer, the DH, batting third. Here's his second plate appearance. Swung on and missed. Popped up to center field. Playable for Pemberton. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Dodgers tack on one more. 3-0 through 1.5. Blues bats will have their chance to respond in the bottom of the second. Jackson Cloud will be on the hill for his second inning of work. Pemberton, Cabreros, and Mistoni for the Blues. 6, 7, 8 coming up for San Luis Obispo. Happy to have you along with us on the Blues streaming network. Second game of a 4-game homestand. Second and final contest with the Dodgers in this non-league matchup. So the last time we'll see them this season. And we'll welcome in the West Coast Kings, also a non-league opponent. Things really start to get interesting when other CCL teams from the South, which of course is the Blues division, and the North. Some teams will come to us. Lincoln Potters are going to come to town this season. We went up to Lincoln last year. That was our opening series and where the playoffs were held last year. And then we're going to take a visit to Humboldt. 10-hour drive. Cannot wait to go play the Humboldt Crabs in what will be the longest trip up north for the Blues this season. Bottom of the second underway. Here's Luke Pemberton.
Coming to the plate now for the Blues, wearing number 27 from Pepperdine University, it is the center fielder Luke Pemberton.
Pemberton remained in center field today defensively. Remains there tonight. Sees the first pitch, slaps it through the right side, base hit. And a leadoff single for the Blues in the bottom of the second, courtesy of Luke Pemberton out of Pepperdine. Here's the first at bat for Jojo Cabreros as a Blue. Cabreros going into his senior year at Arroyo Grande High School. Lays down a bunt, throw into second. They try to get the leadoff runner and do. Cabreros takes the first pitch he sees and hit it back to Cloud on the mound. So that's the first out, and here's Luke Mistoni, the DH tonight.
Now number 12, the designated hitter, Luke Mistone.
Runner still remains at first, but now it's Jojo Cabreros instead of Luke Pemberton, who was aboard with a leadoff single, then out at second base. That's in there for a strike. A lot of throws over to first by Cloud, checking on the runners for the Blues, seeing if they're going to try and give the Dodgers a taste of their own medicine with all these stolen bases. 0-1 pitch from Cloud to Mistoni, missing with ball one. So Cabreros aboard at first with a fielder's choice. Another throw over to first. Ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. That one is slapped right to second. And they tried to double him off at first base, but Cabreros was back in there quickly as he did not have a sizable lead, but it's a line out to second base for Mistoni. Here's Michael Season. Cloud, another throw over to first. Cabrero's still safe. Might be in the double digits when it comes to those. For some guys, you know, it's really interesting. Throws over to first, they can be like part of their process of just like calming down, a little bit more time between the pitch. Some people might tell you, well, they're just wasting that energy in the arm. But for a lot of guys, and it could well be part of Cloud's process of just getting comfortable on the mound. And another throw over to first. That one is slapped to short and caught on a line by Heredia. That'll end the inning. Score remains 3-0 Dodgers. And we're going to head to the top of the third.
Hey fans, take a look out there at second base. It's time for the slow down throwdown presented by Beta's Beer Garden. We'll see Kayla and Jared.
We enter the top of the third when we come back as Season lines out for the Blues. Dodger bats will be back up trying to extend that lead as Bryson Van Sickle heads back onto the hill. It'll be Melchizian, Heredia, who just made the out, and Speak when we come back for the top of the third. Thanks so much for hanging out on the Blue Streaming Network. No matter who you're rooting for, we're happy to have you. Top of the third underway. Here's Mateus Melchizian. And Van Sickle back on the hill. Melchizian already 1 for 1 against him and sends that one foul to the right side, 0-1. Three nothing Dodgers here already. That one misses low and away. Get Van Sickle a new baseball. So Melchizian, again, 1 for 1 against him. Heredia, the man due up after him, is responsible for an RBI already. Ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. That one is slapped up into center field for a base hit and a single for Melchizian. He's 2 for 2. Here's Vic Heredia. RBI single for him already, so the 4-5 hitters have done damage against Van Sickle. And the Dodgers have actually deployed a couple lefties in their lineup. Last night we mentioned 9 right-handers. And it's the righties Melchisian and Heredia who have already done some damage. Along with the self-inflicted damage for the Blues, already a couple errors. Excuse me, one error, but it did lead to a run scoring. And this one is hit to third. Tolia on to Clausen at second and on to first, a double play.
Every time the Blues turn a double play, we give away a couple of teddy bears.
Quick 2 outs. Heredia grounds into a 5-4-3. And the bases are empty for Emmett Speak.
One away to a lucky fan. If you are number 226, you just picked up a teddy bear. Head to the marketing tent, show them your program. And if you would like to donate a teddy bear to the program, you can also stop
Speak grounded out to second to end the second. And now bats in the top of the third with the bases empty and 2 outs. His team ahead 3-0. Dodgers and the Blues for the second and final time this season. Blues trying to get to 500 here at home. That one is sent foul.
ball over into the parking lot. Kids, if you chase it, to be careful out there in the parking lot. Thanks to Idler's Home Appliance for sponsoring our foul balls.
In there for a strike, and he's ahead on Speak 0-2. Van Sickle's 2-strike pitch. Inside, and it hit him. Had him down 0-2, and another loss of command for Van Sickle. That one looked like adrenaline as well. So already the third Dodger to be hit by a pitch tonight by Van Sickle. Of course, none have been intentional. Here's Cal Whip. 0 for 1. One of 3 strikeout victims for Van Sickle on the evening. Lefty on righty, the first pitch, a breaking ball in there for a strike. Nothing in 1, and now even at 1-1. So the Blues are going to have to do it in another comeback effort tonight. Were able to do so, tying the ball game at 6 when they were down as many as 5. Largest deficit was actually 8. That's a strike. Entering the bottom of the 9th. And you know, there were still some fans in the stands, amazingly. Last night's crowd capacity, over 1,500 people here on opening day. Another solid crowd here tonight. Here's the 1-2. Missing. But they stuck around, even when the temperatures dipped into the 50s. And that one is slapped foul. Count and situation remain the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner on in the top of the third. And that one is popped up and playable in right field for Freitas, and he'll make the catch. Side retired for Van Sickle. It's the first inning where the Dodgers don't score. And we'll see if the Blues bats can respond in the bottom of the third.
All right, Blues fans, get those programs out again. We are looking for number 216 and 267. 216 and 267. You've each just won a stainless steel SLO Blues.
Bottom of the third coming up. It'll be the top of the lineup for the Blues. Clausen, Freitas, and possibly Sage Para. Stay tuned. Blues looking for another comeback here at St. Jaime Park. Thanks for hanging out. Bottom of the third. Blues only have a hit and have only had 4 base runners. Have not cashed in any. Little bit of traffic. Have given Cloud a little bit to think about on the mound. And we think he's thinking because he's throwing over to first so many times. Of course, the Dodgers already have 2 stolen bases. That, of course, is part of the reason why. And they stole bases like crazy yesterday. Bunt laid down by Clausen. It was a beauty. And there's no play for Sandoval. Talk about a lost art. A bunt single for Noah Clausen. It really was foul. My mistake. 0-1. I thought it was a beauty. But we'll do it all over again. Here's the pitch. And popped up. And caught by Whip in foul ground, the first baseman. So instead of a leadoff single, it's a leadoff out. Lawson pops out to first. Now it's Joey Freitas' turn. Had an excellent at-bat that led to an RBI hit last night. This one is slapped. Foul ball. 0-2. Oh for 1 with a strikeout for Joey. Oh, and 2 the count. Clausen popped up. And now Freitas' turn to bat with the bases empty. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Cloud. Both times it's been Freitas. 2 gone now. And here's Sage Para filling in at first base and now batting third for Zach Tollerman, who was injured and subbed out of the game when sliding back into first base. And Para, who played first base, subbed in for him. We'll get you any health updates on Zach as soon as we get them. Ball and a strike now. 2 outs, bottom third. Para, the left-hander, sends one out to right field, and that'll drop for a base hit. So the 3 hitters. Tollerman walked. That's how he got to first base, and now Sage Para has himself a base hit. Single for Para, and here is the other Zach Talia. Tolia walked his first time up as well, right-handed hitter. That was when the Blues got some semblance of traffic, when Tollerman walked and Tolia walked. Now it's a single for Para, and Tolia at the plate taking ball 1. One 1-0 pitch from Cloud. And the breaking ball misses. Again, Cloud on his way to Cuesta College. Not a high velocity fastball. That'll change as he gets older, though. A lot of throws over to first and a lot of nasty sliders for him so far. Surprised to only see 2 strikeouts with secondary breaking stuff that nasty. Here's a 2-0. Tried to feather that one in there, but missed with ball 3. Tolia firmly ahead in the count, 3-0. Para safe at first after his single. And the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Tolia thought it was ball 4. Three balls and a strike. We'll see if the light is green for Zach Tolia. Throw over to first, and Para is safe. Tolia, a freshman on his way to Utah, so he'll be teammates with Van Sickle, the starter for the Blues. 3-1. Popped up. And possibly playable. It'll be tough. And it drops. Neither Whip nor Sandoval had a good idea of where that ball was going to land. They have lost it in the sun, and the count is now full. So we'll restart, do it all over again. Count full in what is, I know it's early, but this is a big at-bat for the Blues. And it's ball 4 way inside as Para was taking off for second base regardless, obviously in motion. Full count, 2 outs. And instead it's runners on first and second now for the Blues with 2 outs. And a bit of traffic for Garrett Brooks to possibly take advantage of. Tolia has walked twice. Brooks 0 for 1 with a pop out to first base. Brooks, the left-hander, on his way to University of Texas San Antonio. Slaps one into right field, base hit. Para's going to round third. The throw in from right. In time, and he is out. So the outfield assist for Emmett Speak saves a run. Bob Miller not wanting to have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Instead, he sent Para from second, and he was unable to make it home. And it was a nice throw. 1-hop throw from right field. Decently hit ball. And it ends up a scoreless inning for the Blues regardless. We will head now to the top of the 4th. And Van Sickle will remain on the hill. Blues got 3 consecutive base runners to reach with 2 outs, and yet did not score. Braden McCoy, Owen Betancourt, and Anthony Canavino will be up for the Dodgers in the top of the 4th. Till then, we'll take a short break. Be right back with you. Thanks so much for hanging out on the Blue Streaming Network on a beautiful Saturday in San Luis Obispo. Van Sickle on for his 4th inning of work so far. He's gone 3 full, 2 earned runs, 3 runs have scored, of course 1 on an error, 4 base hits, 3 hit batters, a wild pitch, and 3 strikeouts on 60 pitches so far for the left-hander. McCoy to lead things off for the Coastal Dodgers of Santa Barbara. Last year, these 2 teams did face off, but the Dodgers referred to themselves as the Cubs. So an organizational change and an upgrade if you ask some. Swing and a miss. Strike two. But both these teams, we mentioned it, very young. The Blues currently on the roster have 5 17-year-olds. 0-2 pitch. Oof, looked good. Ball one. And, of course, we mentioned ad nauseum just the amount of players that have yet to play in college, which is why this experience is so impactful for them, just to get the reps against guys who have played in college, some for years. Count remains the same, 1-2, nobody out in a 3-0 ball game in the top of the fourth. McCoy 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And the pitch. Got him looking, strike three. McCoy 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a bottle of Slow Heat hot sauce to a lucky fan. Here's Betancourt, who was hit by a pitch. Remember, he was down 0-2 in a count, and Van Sickle revved one up to 91 and struck him in for a strike. Then it would come back to bite him a bit. Ended up being the third run to score. Here's his 0-1. Inside and missed. Ball and a strike. That one is hit to second. And the play made by Clausen. 4-3 on the ground out for out number 2. Canavino now. The lone Dodger to strike out and make it all the way to second base. Foul tipped and strike one. Part of what led to that third run was Canavino reaching. Would have been the third out. Instead he reached, and Sandoval would, and a run would score. Van Sickle yet to have a 1-2-3 inning, but did not give up a run in the third. Trying to do so again in the fourth. Missing with ball 2. Two balls and one strike. Lefty on lefty. Ball 3. Van Sickle a chance to have his first 1-2-3. Struck out McCoy looking. Got Betancourt to ground out to second. Trying to battle back in the count against Canavino. 3-1. Painted the corner. Strike 2. Count full and a chance to have a clean inning for the young pitcher out of Utah. Blues had a couple pitchers from Utah last year. They were excellent. That was excellent. Strike 3 swinging, and the inning is over. Bottom of the fourth coming up. First 1-2-3 inning for Van Sickle features 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging, and a 4-3 ground out. It is 3-0 Dodgers, and we will head to the bottom of the fourth. Blues bats will be up in this order: Pemberton, Cabreros, and Mistoni. Thanks for hanging out. Back with you for the bottom of the fourth. Blues have been able to get base runners in every inning. Couple base hits, 3 walks so far. Only 2 strikeouts for Jackson Cloud, but he still has shoved his way to 3 scoreless innings pitched. He'll enter his third here and face Luke Pemberton, who's 1 for 1 against him with a single that came back in the second. Bottom of the fourth underway, righty on righty, and strike 1. And strike 2. Quickly ahead, 0-2 on Pemberton. Strike 3 called, got him looking on a breaking ball. Beautiful pitch from Cloud, and Pemberton's the first out on 3 pitches. And ball 1. To now Jojo Cabreros. Swing and a miss. Second straight swinging strike for Cabreros. Cloud picked up his 3rd strikeout. Here's his 1-2. Working quickly and got him swinging for a 2nd straight K. Quick work of Pemberton and Cabreros. And here is Mistoni. Last chance for the Blues in this inning. Still 3-0 Dodgers, and the Blues have threatened a few times. Runners on first and second, and another strike as Cloud seems locked in. Quickly working. Here's his 0-1. Missing with ball 1. Ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Popped up and playable in right field for Speak, and he has the catch to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Cloud. Matches Van Sickle's effort in the top of the fourth. Both pitchers getting 1-2-3 innings with 2 strikeouts. Top of the 5th coming up. It'll be Sandoval, Spencer, and Melchizian to bat for the Coastal Dodgers, already with a 3-0 lead. And as is customary after the bottom of the 4th, we enjoy the Dizzy Bat Race.
Gentlemen, put your heads down on the bats. Heads down on the bats.
We'll keep the whole field pictured for you here as you watch 2 young men make themselves dizzy and race back to home plate. I'll be right back. Welcome back to the top of the fifth. New pitcher on the mound for the Blues as the book is closed on Bryson Van Sickle. He went 4 full innings, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned. And it's the newly inserted Isaac Baez, a sophomore right-hander out of Allen Hancock College in Santa Maria. Faces Joaquin Sandoval. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the second. Dodgers have not scored since the second. They've maintained the 3-0 lead. They got 2 in the first and 1 in the second. Have led for all but half an inning in this 2-game series so far. Blues had the game tied at 6 for about an out. And the Dodgers would take over. Offense would really kick it into gear. 14-8 the final yesterday. Blues falling to the Dodgers as Baez delivers strike 1 to Sandoval. So Van Sickle gets through 4, more than Kevin Lyons was able to do. Lyons pitched into the 4th, but officially only went 3 full, getting 9 outs. And we'll bring you in closer for Baez and his 0-2 pitch to Joaquin Sandoval, the Dodger catcher. Elevated a heater and missed with ball 1. Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Baez. Broken bat and a foul ball. A sliver of wood found its way down the left field line. New equipment time for Sandoval. Ball and 2 strikes. Baez looks into CSUN, gets the sign. And time momentarily called by Sandoval. Joaquin Sandoval, a freshman on his way to Lewis and Clark College. Patiently takes ball 2. Game moving about the same here tonight in terms of length. Here's the 2-2. That one gets away. And the count now full. We have yet to have that, half an hour, 40-minute inning. Felt like we had a couple of those last night in these 2 teams. First contest, opening day here at Sinsheimer Park. The result did not deter any of the fans. Another amazing output here. Payoff pitch. That one is a fair ball down the left field line. That one would just not get over the chalk. A swinging bunt allows Sandoval to reach first, and it's officially an infield single. His second time aboard. Sandoval, that is. Here's Brady Spencer now. He was hit by a pitch in the first and flew out to center in the second. DH batting third. Spencer, a freshman on his way to Santa Barbara City College. Baez, first delivery, swing and a miss. Fix that pitch count for you. 0-1 officially the count, and a runner on first. Throw over to first, and it gets away, allowing Sandoval to reach second base. And he'll be in scoring position. The throw from Baez got away from Pera over at first. Going to rule that an E1 on Baez as the throw was bounced to Pera. Not much he could do with it. Sandoval advances into scoring position. Count still 0-1. Made about as soft as contact as you can, as ends up a foul ball towards the backstop and an 0-2 count now. So Baez ahead, still looking for that first out here in the top of the fifth. His team down 3-0. Oh, 0-2 count with a runner in scoring position. And the pitch. Gets away. Sandoval will take third. Wild pitch on Baez. Sandoval, who reached on an infield single, a swinging bunt, if you will, has found himself all the way to third, 90 feet away from making this a 4-0 ball game, as there's no outs on the top of the fifth, and the infield will now quickly pack themselves in. Everyone's toes on the infield grass. And Baez delivers ball 2 with the count even. Spencer still standing in. It's been a lengthy at-bat, not necessarily because of pitches he's seen 4, but more because of a throw to first. A wild pitch. And now dealing with a fourth run 90 feet away. The 2-2. Ball 3 and the count full. Payoff pitch on its way. Baez set. Here's the pitch. Swinging, strike 3. And that's the first out. Here's Mateus Melchizian taking strike 1. So Baez gets a huge strikeout of Spencer. Trying to strand a runner at third. There was nobody out. And he's quickly ahead 0-2. Melchizian is 2 for 2. His first time facing Baez, but off of Bryson Van Sickle, he got himself 2 singles. A lot of weak contact in these 2 games as well. We'll get the numbers on the amount of extra base hits either of these teams have combined in 2 games, but there is a second consecutive strikeout, and the Blues are 1 out away from stranding a runner 90 feet away. Back-to-back Ks for Baez as he settled in, and now will face Victor Heredia, who grounded into a 5-4-3 double play back in the second. He is, however, responsible for an RBI. That was the first run that scored for the Dodgers in the first inning. Excuse me, it was the second. The first scored on an error. He drove in the second. Stands in with a runner at third. Taking ball 1. It's Sandoval at third. 1-0 pitch. Fouled straight back against the netting, and it's 1-1. The 1-1. Missing with ball 2. You have to think for the Blues, your offense has yet to spark you. I feel this is a chance for the pitching to spark them. Stranding a runner at third with nobody out. Baez newly inserted. Back-to-back Ks for him. He was able to get that third out. And the offense wakes up. Blues could have something going. But it all starts with this at-bat. That's ball 3. Now, a walk doesn't kill you if you face Emmett Speak. He's 0 for 1 and has been hit by a pitch. No slouch at the plate. Three balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Grounded foul down the left field line. And the count now full. Baez has also been battling in these at-bats. A few have been quick. He's taken his time, but has worked himself back-to-back Ks. And now a payoff pitch awaits Victor Heredia. That one is hit out to right center, carrying well. It'll drop in the gap for extra bases. Another run's going to score. Heredia's going to round second, head into third, and have himself an RBI triple. So we'll keep that runner at third, but we'll add another run to the Dodger column. 4-0 for the opponents from Santa Barbara. No, we're not talking about the Foresters yet, but we will be. Right now it's the Dodgers with a sizable lead in the top of the 5th over the Blues. We can tell you with all certainty that is the first extra base hit of the ballgame for either team. Heredia with a triple in the right center gap, carried well, and unable to be tracked down. And the count 0-1, Baez, his pitch, swung on and missed. 0-2 now. Still a chance to strand a runner at third, although the deficit has been cranked up to 4. Baez looks in, and his 2-strike pitch on the way. Got him looking. And that's the top of the 5th. Bottom half coming up. Dodgers get another run on Vic Heredia's RBI triple, his second RBI of the ballgame. He's responsible for half of the Dodger runs. Season, Clausen, and Freitas, 9-1-2 coming up for the Blues. Can they keep it going? And will the Dodgers insert a new pitcher? All that will be revealed and more when we come back for the bottom of the 5th on the Blues Streaming Network. Can't thank you enough for hanging out with us on a Sunday evening in San Luis Obispo. Here's the catcher, Michael Season. lined out to the shortstop his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Fouls off the first pitch for strike one, and newly inserted left-hander Carter Park, a sophomore at Santa Barbara City College, is in for the Coastal Dodgers, his first appearance of the season. Dodgers had Jackson Howell eat up a whole lot of innings for them last night, and the coaching staff mentioned just how important that was for them. It was unexpected, they said, but of course extremely beneficiary, as neither starter got out of the fourth inning for either team last night in the contest. Here's his 0-2, and CSUN is out swinging, drop third strike, throw to first will complete that for out number 1. Here's Noah Clausen, 0 for 2, has popped out to second and first. Gotta be frustrating when you pop out. Just keep getting under that baseball. No hard contact, especially for your leadoff hitter. Well, the book closed on Van Sickle. Excuse me. Yes, Van Sickle. So Clausen in a 1-1 count. One out, bottom of the fifth. In there, and it's 1-2. So the book closed on Cloud. Jackson Cloud goes 4 full innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 walks, 4 Ks on 52 pitches. Ball on 2 strikes and a sharp breaking ball just missed a bit outside, and it's 2-2. Top 2 hitters for the Blues are 0 for 4. It's the middle of the lineup that's been getting on base. Here's Park's 2-strike pitch. That's a little pop up to third and caught. So Clausen has now popped up to almost the entire infield. It's just strange. Popped out to first, second, and third. Here's Joey Freitas. Freitas 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts swinging. Takes ball 1 in the dirt. Takes ball 2 on a heater away. Freitas, a sophomore infielder at also Allen Hancock College. A lot of kids out of Santa Maria coming to either Santa Barbara to play for the Dodgers, SLO to play for the Blues. 2 balls, no strikes. And quickly a 3-0 count as Freitas is ahead. Two outs, bottom of the fifth, in an inning that has been worked quickly by Carter Park. Here's a strike on the outside corner, 3-1. Three-one pitch. That's ball 4. And Freitas is aboard for the first time tonight with a walk. Third walk, fourth, issued by Dodger pitching. And here's Sage Para. Came in, of course, we'll mention it again, Zach Tollerman out with injury. So Sage Para fills in for him at first base. He's 1 for 1 in the left-handed batter's box. Got himself a single back in the third. Stands in to face Park, lefty on lefty. And a swinging foul tip, strike 1. That gets away, and Freitas has a chance to get himself into second, and he will. On a pitch that got away, Freitas is going to take second base, and Sage Para is now in a 1-1 count. Ball and a strike to Para. Freitas now in scoring position after he walked. And a breaking ball misses. Two balls and a strike and a quick meeting on the mound, so Sandoval's going to have a few words, quick words, maybe just a couple, to Park. Carter Park, Santa Barbara City College, has been there for a year already. Going to enter his sophomore year in the fall. Steps off the mound yet again. Going to run through the signs with Sandoval, who's having a few words with our home plate umpire. Now some information being relayed from the Dodger dugout. There is a runner on second. It's Joey Freitas. Blues down 4. Parks 2-1. Fouled off by Para down the left field line and drifting into the visitors' bullpen. Two balls, two strikes, 2 outs in a 4-0 ball game in the bottom of the 5th. Ball 3. Blues have had a few lengthy at-bats, getting the counts full, just have not broken through with runners on. Have yet to do it. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, and Para frustrated, understandably so, stranding another runner in scoring position for the 3rd straight inning, in fact. Not him specifically, but the Blues. And so that does it for San Luis Obispo through 5. Still being shut out by Dodger pitching, which has done a masterful job of working their way through runners on base and have been carried by an extra base hit, a Blues error, and timely hitting from the middle of their lineup. We're going to head to the top of the 6th, and we're going to throw some tennis balls at a bucket behind the plate and try and win some money. I have a tennis ball to throw. Let's see if it's anywhere close. I'll let you know how I do in the top of the 6th. We'll be right back. Thanks so much for hanging out. We're back for the top of the 6th. My tennis ball toss was not even close. Just pathetic throw. It's hard from the press box. You'd think because you're elevated that you can just gun it down there, but getting it over that tall netting it's tough. It's tough. I throw out my arm every time. This is a pinch hitter, Morgan Cadrone, slapping one to third, and a play made cleanly by Zach Tolia. So 5-3 on the ground out as Cadrone is retired in his pinch hit appearance. Second pinch hitter being deployed is McGibbon. Oliver McGibbon, redshirt freshman. Talking with the Dodgers coaching staff, they did mention that they want to get a lot more guys at bats in this one. Want to get their young guys some at bats, some time. They've got a cushion. It is still Baez on the hill for the Blues. Quickly ahead 0-2 on McGibbon. Braden McCoy's day will end after 2 at-bats. He went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And Baez trying to make quick work of the Dodgers here in the 6th. Ball 1. Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball missed away, and it's even at 2-2. Bottom 4 hitters without a hit for the Dodgers. In fact, the only way they've reached, Speak and Betancourt have been hit by a pitch. That's the only way the 6 through 9 hitters have reached. This one is hit to short and playable, but the play not made by Cabreros. That's an E6 on Cabreros that allows McGibbon to reach.
Batting number 26, the second baseman, Owen Betancourt for the Dodgers.
Now Betancourt, who, as we mentioned, hit by a pitch, grounded out to second back in the 4th, stands in with a runner on first and 1 out in the top of the 6th. Runner takes off for second. Season's throw from behind the plate. And was on line, and he got him. Out at second is McGibbon. Pitch missed low. Cease unable to dig it out of the dirt. Gun one into second, and now Betancourt will bat with nobody on and 2 out. 1 out still. Well, there are 2 outs. There are 2 outs. Thank you. Max Lober, our favorite statistician in the booth with me for the weekend. Strike 1 will even the count on Betancourt. It is 1-1. This one's hit to third. Tolia to Para. 5-3 on the ground out. Side retired for Baez.
All right, fans, get out your lucky number programs. We're going to give away some merchandise, some T-shirts.
We will head to the bottom of the 6th with the deficit still 4-0 for the Blues.
369. Congratulations, you have each just won a Blues T-shirt from the Left Coast T-shirt.
If the lineup remains the same, Para, Tolia, who made that out, and Brooks will be up for the Blues. They've been the 3 best hitters for the Blues tonight. Combined, those 3 men have walked 3 times and have 2 singles. Brooks is the only one that's been retired when he popped out to first in the 1st inning. Going to take a short break and be right back with you. Thanks so much for hanging out on the Blues Streaming Network. Bottom of the sixth underway. And it is indeed another pinch hitter for the Blues, so Sage Para's night over. Oh, excuse me. I just had the lineup wrong. It's Zach Tolia. He has walked twice in both his plate appearances in the first and the third. Tolia flew out to right, and he is the first out on the first pitch. Here's Garrett Brooks now. Left fielder. And a pitching change. Tim Trinkle, a freshman out of Allen Hancock College, stands in and delivers ball one. Brooks singled his last time up. That came in the third. In the sixth now with the deficit remaining 4-0 for the Blues. That's a strike and the count even. Ball and a strike. And now 2-1. Blues fans getting a bit antsy with the team's continuous deficits in these 2.5 games. We're able to have one inning where they plated about 4 or 5 runs. That one is slapped out into right center. Base hit. It'll be extra bases. Brooks rounds first, heads into second. And there's a stand-up double for Garrett Brooks. The first extra base hit for the Blues tonight. And cue the James Brown for only a second.
Batting now for the Blues, number 27, the center fielder.
Here's Luke Pemberton. 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout.
Hey fans, take a look at your programs. There'll be a color dot down in the corner. Know what color you are. That will be important coming up here in a few moments.
Pemberton, the center fielder out of Pepperdine. And that is ball one. No last name has ever made more sense with where they go to college. Pemberton from Pepperdine. And the pitch. In for a strike. Luke's a very talented center fielder. Having to fill the void of no longer having Ryan Cermak, who just had an absolutely historic season for Illinois State. Counts officially 1-2 on that swing and miss. So big shoes to fill. But at the same time, Pemberton's only going into his sophomore year. Cermak's going to be a big leaguer, without question. Inside, and it hit him. He'll toss his bat and gladly take first base. With a bruise to bear, the Blues have runners on first and second with an out in the bottom of the sixth for Jojo Cabreros. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second, struck out swinging in the fourth. And here's his biggest at-bat of the night, coming in the bottom of the sixth. Shows bunt, takes ball one. Runners on first and second for the Blues, down 4 with 1 out, bottom of the sixth. And the 7th hitter at the plate. Cabreros down the left field line and foul. How will Tremble deal with traffic? This one slapped back to him, right off the leather. Can he get it to first in time? He can. That's out number 2. Both runners advance to second and third.
That brings up the designated hitter, number 12, Luke Mistoni.
1-3 on the ground out to Cabreros. Looked like he might have a chance at beating that ball out for a second, and that would have been something, having the bases loaded with just 1 out. Instead, it's Mistoni with runners on second and third and 2 out. Mistoni, the DH, is 0 for 2. Pop out to second, fly out to right. Chance to make up for all that as a wild pitch gets all the way to the backstop, but Kareem's enough for the play to be close, but Brooks is in safely to score the Blues' first run. The Blues are on the board, and the runner advances to third. Mistoni's count is 1-0. It took 1 pitch to score that run. It was wild, and now the fans have a reason to celebrate. Finally, they can get their half off Miller Lite and Fabulous wine, because when the Blues score, you score for the rest of the inning. Bottom of the 6th underway, there's 2 gone, and Mistoni awaits the second pitch of what's become a fascinating at-bat if he's able to come through. Ball and strike now. It's Pemberton at third, and the pitch. Ball 2. Michael Season is up next if Mistoni is able to reach. Awaits a 2-1. Takes ball 3. Blues are running out of time. This is a big at-bat. Hit to second. Slow roller, but the play is made by Betancourt. Tosses on to Whip. 4-3 on the ground out. Mistoni retired, inning over, but the Blues played a run on a wild pitch from Tremble. And they're on the board. We're going to head to the top of the 7th. It's no longer a shutout, and the Blues got an extra base hit. Things are trending in their direction. We'll see if the same remains in the top of the 7th. Dodgers will come to the plate with Canavino, Sandoval, and Spencer. When we come back, it'll still be Baez on the hill for the Blues. Isaac Baez, the sophomore, right-hander, Allen Hancock College, set for his 3rd inning of work. We'll be right back on the Blues Streaming Network. Thanks for hanging out. Back with you for the top of the 7th. Baez has quickly delivered 2 strikes to the leadoff hitting Anthony Canavino, center fielder. Already redshirt freshman, Cuesta College. Talked to the Dodgers coaching staff. In a ball game where if you looked at the numbers, you'd say, well, where is something that really impresses you? As here's an 0-2, and that's taken outside for ball 1. The Dodgers coaching staff said they really liked what they saw from their Cuesta players. Specifically them. They didn't just single it out because Bob Miller's in the opposing dugout. He said he's got great players coming his way and already has them in his program. Cuesta had a good year. 1-2. That's missing with ball 2. And we know Coach Miller had, of course, a season with him last year. They're going to enjoy being coached by him, as the Blues players do as well. Fouled back. Count still 2-2. Interestingly enough, it's funny. He says that, right? He says the Cuesta players really impressed him. No Ethan Royal tonight and no Kane Ross, who hit 1-2 last night and looked fine to me. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In there, strike 3 called, and he got him.
There's a bottle of slow heat hot sauce. If you have number 276, 276, take your program to the marketing tent. If you walk away with a bottle of slow heat from Old Town Creole Cafe. Now batting number 15, the catcher, Joaquin Sandoval.
Sandoval now to the plate. 1 out, top 7, Baez. Ball 1. Sandoval got a bunt single. Really was. A swinging bunt single in the top of the 5th. As that one is hit out to left, carrying well. It'll drop against the wall for extra bases. Pemberton fields it in center, tosses it in. Throw is cut off. It's another triple. This one by Joaquin Sandoval. All the way to the left center fence. And he's safe at 3rd. That's the 2nd triple the Dodgers have hit tonight. Here's Brady Spencer, 0 for 2, and has been hit by a pitch. So that 5th run for the Dodgers, 90 feet away, and the infield again tightly packed in. Baez delivers strike 1 as Spencer checked his bat, but the pitch got in the way. Strike 1. Every infielder with their toes on that infield grass to protect a possible 5th run. Strike 2. Just an out in the top of the 7th. Baez 0-2 pitch. Got him looking again. Back to back. Strikeouts looking. Yeah, runner remains stranded at 3rd. So a triple is sandwiched in between strikeouts looking of Spencer and Canavino. Here's Melchizian, 2 for 3 with 2 singles. And he takes a healthy hack at strike 1. Righty on righty, Baez, 0-1 pitch. In first strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fouled straight back against the netting. 0-2 count. Baez a strike away from stranding that runner at third. It was a triple by Sandoval. He finds himself there now. And the 0-2. Got him looking again. 3 strikeouts looking for Baez. A run stranded just 90 feet away. Sandoval's triple all for naught. And Baez hangs the 0 in the top of the 7th. Masterful pitching by Baez, working around an extra base hit and keeping his team down just 3 heading into the bottom of the 7th. Going to take a short break, sing Take Me Out to the Ballgame, and be right back with you for at-bats for Clausen, Freitas, and a possible pinch hitter when we come back. Blues down 3. It's a good one now. Stay tuned. Bottom of the 7th underway. Welcome back with us.
Batting now number 8, Sage Hara.
It is number 6, Michael Season. And a new pitcher on the hill for the Dodgers making the play. Austin Taylor throws off the mound, throws to first. Got it there on time. And that's out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Taylor, newly inserted. Freshman on his way to Cuesta. Mentioned how the Cuesta players, impressed the Dodgers coaching staff. Bob Miller, the head coach at Cuesta College. Had an excellent year. And it is now Noah Clausen. Back to the top of the lineup for the Blues. Took ball 1. Here's the pitch. Ball 2 gets away. Two balls, no strikes. Base is empty in a 3-run ball game now in the bottom of the 7th. That's ball 3. Blues trying to build off the momentum gained back in the 6th. Scoring a run, that is, on a wild pitch. The way their offense has performed, you really will take anything. A wild pitch, certainly a blessing in that situation. 4 runs is doable. 3 runs is a little bit more. That's ball 4, and get yourself a base runner.
Brings up number 4, the right fielder, Joey Freitas.
Now it's Freitas who walked his last time up. In the dirt, ball one. Clausen safe at first. He walked. So base runner for the Blues. One out, bottom of the seventh. Taylor throws over to first to check on him. And Clausen still safe. Finally on base. Noah was 0 for 3. It popped out 3 times to the infield and gets himself a walk here. Freitas hits one to short. Double play ball. Toss on to first. Not in time. They'll get the leadoff runner at first. So Clausen is out at second. Him and Freitas will switch places as Joey reaches on a fielder's choice. Two gone now in the inning. Here is Sage Para. Has a single and a strikeout. Taylor checks first, tosses to home plate. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Nothing in one, the count. Down the left field line and fair. Para sends one. It'll be a double. And Freitas is into third. Runners on second and third for the Blues with 2 outs. And what a moment this could be for Zach Tolia. So Para doubles after Freitas reached on a fielder's choice, which resulted in the second out, but nonetheless, Blues have runners on second and third with 2 outs. No time better than the present for Tolia, who's walked twice to get his first base hit. And that hit him. Pitch was not competitive. A ball out of the hand and hit him the whole way. Was never not going to hit him. Fastball that hits Tolia. He's on base for the 3rd time. And here's Garrett Brooks. Single, double, 2 for 3 on the evening. And there's going to be a meeting on the mound. Bases loaded with 2 outs for Brooks. Best opportunity the Blues have had all night. Para is safe at second, Freitas at third, and Tolia, who is hit by a pitch, the first of his at-bat. Brooks awaits the first pitch. In a tough spot, Austin Taylor has found himself in. Getting one of those guys who has yet to pitch in college. His first delivery to Brooks is popped up down the left field line, drifting and foul into the visitors' bullpen. Blues dodge a bullet there, and it's 0-1. The momentum builds. Crowd about the same. Biggest moment of the game for the Blues. Here's Taylor's 0-1 pitch to Brooks with the bases loaded. Taking the whole way, strike 2. He's gotten ahead of him firmly. Foul ball and a nicely placed off-speed pitch. Out of the left hand of Austin Taylor, who will go play for Bob Miller next year. 0-2 pitch. Fouled. Barely off the end of the bat. And the count and situation will remain the same. 3-run ball game. 2 outs, bottom 7 with the bases loaded for the Blues. Lefty on lefty here. Brooks. 2 for 3 tonight. Has the Blues, got the Blues' first extra base hit. Fouls that one straight back. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fouled it off again. Waited on it. It was an off-speed pitch. May have even been a ball, but makes soft contact, gives a fan a souvenir, and we'll do it all over again. Again, the bases loaded with Blues. Oh, 2. That one is lined to short. They'll take the out at second. They don't get it. Run scores. Throw into home. And I believe he's out. Yes. Home plate umpire takes his time making the call. But the Blues indeed score. Inning over. Blues get another run. Could have been more. They went for the out at second, didn't get it, and the runner at third, or the runner, excuse me, from second running into third, so I believe that was Para, who's made a few curious base running decisions tonight, ends up out at home. And it is now 4-2. So the Blues have clawed back into it. Footloose Frenzy is going to take place out in left field. I'll be right back for the top of the 8th. Top of the 8th with Vic Heredia coming to the plate with Isaac Baez still on the hill for the Blues. Heredia takes ball 1. What a game he's had, though. RBI single, RBI triple. Stands in with no one on and no one out in the top of the 8th. What is now a 2-run ball game. Blues have scratched and clawed, but haven't really thrown a punch yet. Ball and strike. One pitch in there for a strike. Baez has looked sharp outside of the triple he gave up, which did not result in a run. That was in the last inning. It was Sandoval who tripled off him, but that was sandwiched in between 3 strikeouts looking. Had 3 hitters fooled on the pitch out of his hand. Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one is sent out to right but foul, and the count remains the same at 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes for Heredia. And Baez set to fire.
Hey kids, you want to get your picture taken with Bluebell, our mascot. Bluebell is walking around right here behind home plate. Mom, Dad, grab your camera, take a picture of the little ones with Bluebell.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ball 3. CSUN trying his best to frame those pitches for Baez, get him another strikeout. Payoff pitch. That one is sent out to right and playable. Caught by Freitas, out number 1.
Pinch hitter now. In for Speak is number 30.
A pinch hitter, A.J. Simmons, sends one out to right, and that one is also caught by Freitas on the first pitch he sees. So A.J. Simmons pinch hits for Emmett Speak and flies out to right. 2 gone now in the inning. 4-2 Dodgers. Cadron stands in to face Baez, who's been sharp out of the pen. Strike 1. There's a base hit to left for Cadron. He's aboard with a single. McGibbon to face Baez for the second time tonight. After Cadron singles, McGibbon reached on an E6 his last time up. Right-handed hitter. Baez, strike 1 again. That's where he's been sharp, is getting ahead in the count against almost everyone he's faced, seemingly. In his 4th inning of work out of the pen, and he's got 6 strikeouts. And a ball. Ball and a strike, and now it is 1-2. Baez has only allowed 1 run to score. It was unearned. That came back in the 6th. Excuse me, the 5th. Runner taken off for second. Baez takes his time with the pitch. Strike 3 called. Got him looking. It didn't matter. Would have been a stolen base if Baez delivered a ball. He delivers his 7th strikeout in 4 innings pitched out of the pen. He has been terrific. And he keeps the lead at 4-2 for the Dodgers, giving the Blues a chance as we head into the bottom of the 8th. They've got 6 outs to get 2 runs. Starts in the bottom half of the 8th. When we come back on the Blues streaming network, hope you're having as much fun as we are up here in the press box and in the stands here at Sinsheimer Park. I'm Zach Ebrahim, alongside our statistician Max Lober, who was with us last season and was with the Blues the year before that. A tenured employee who we're only going to have for the weekend, but helps us out so much in the press box. Thanks for hanging out on the Blues streaming network. Going to take a short break and be right back with you. Don't go anywhere. New pitcher on the mound for the Coastal Dodgers. We were a bit fooled for a second. The Dodgers, it's almost like they're playing tricks on us. They have so many players, not so many, we'll call it 3, that wear the same jersey number. 16, 17, 32, the number of the man on the mound currently. And we're sitting here thinking it's Jackson Howell, who pitched 5 full innings in relief yesterday, a freshman on his way to St. Mary's, 96 pitches. And we're sitting here baffled to see him on the mound again. It is not Jackson Howell. Jackson Howell did his work last night. Tonight, wearing 32, it's Ian Valdez, a freshman on his way to Santa Barbara City College. We were about to say, what is going on? And the pitch, ball 1. Bottom of the 8th, Blues within 2. And it's Luke Pemberton. 2 for 4 tonight. 2 for 3, excuse me. Ball 2. That pitch was elevated from Valdez. You just look up and down this Dodger roster, as here's the 2-0 on its way. Ball 3. Majority of their players, most, solid amount, either on their way or play at Cuesta. Then it's Santa Barbara City College. You know, a couple C-Suns mixed in there. Alan Hancock. Fishing out of the same pond for players. They have Tom Myers to thank for that, who is a Los Angeles Dodgers area scout. He's the GM of the Coastal Dodgers of the GCCL, and he's done a fine job recruiting all these players, notably they're talented players on their way to Cuesta, as a walk is issued, and Pemberton will be aboard for the third time tonight. So Luke Pemberton is aboard with a walk, and the Blues, more importantly, get the leadoff man on with nobody out for Jojo Cabreros. 0 for 2 reached on a fielder's choice. Starts him off with strike one. Valdez shakes off the first, nods to the second sign. And the pitch. Runner takes off for second. High and inside. Throw from behind the plate. Not in time. Stolen base for Pemberton. And the Blues have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Dodgers were stealing bases early. Blues get one here in the bottom of the eighth when it really matters. Facing a 2-run deficit. Nobody out for Cabreros, trying to drive in Pemberton. And a message is going to be issued down the left field line by head coach Bob Miller. Ball and strike. Cabreros took ball 2. Two-one count. Valdez with the pitch. Swung on and missed. It was elevated. Looked like ball 3, and the count's even at 2-2. Luke Pemberton walked to lead off the inning and stole second base. That's where he is now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Blues down 2. Pemberton's taken off for third. Slow pitch elevated high. Throw-in has no chance. He's stolen third. And the count's full on Cabreros. Two stolen bases after Pemberton walked. The payoff pitch to Cabreros. Runner at third for the Blues. Ball 4. Runners at the corners, and there's still nobody out. Stoney, who's 0 for 3, has a chance to come through in the biggest way for his ball club. But before that, there are going to be some words here. See if the Dodgers make a pitching change. They have a player warming. Every Blue that's on the mound is going to meet with Steve Tolley, who's the first base coach and hitting coach for the Blues, and Bob Miller, of course, head coach, manager, and third base coach. When the Blues are hitting. Blues got him cornered. Still nobody out. Still Mistoni, the DH at the plate. Right-hander facing Valdez, who remains in the ballgame. First pitch to him. Runner takes off for second. It's a ball, and it's a stolen base. The third of the inning That time Cabreros taking off for second. Well, the Blues smell blood in the water. Pemberton, 2 stolen bases. Cabreros finds himself at second. Runners on second and third. Nobody out. And the 1-ball pitch. Way high. Gets away. Run scores. It's 4-3. And Cabreros takes third. Still nobody out. Blues down 1. The tying run is at third, and there's nobody out. Infield tightly packed in. Valdez still in the ballgame, facing Mistoni. 2-0. He hasn't seen a single competitive pitch. And that one really got away. Cabreros thought about stealing. That pitch almost tied the ball game. And instead, Mistoni is in a 3-0 count. Blues are down a run. And it's ball 4. Mistoni did not see a competitive pitch in the at-bat.
Brings up number 6, the catcher from
Mike Season, catcher, 0 for 3 tonight as well. His chance to come through with, pinch hitter, missed it. No surprise to see this substitution. Not that Season could not come through right now, but it's Evan Steinberger taking his place. Started at catcher last night and had a great day at the plate. Believe he had 3 hits. Meeting on the mound here. Would not be surprised if we're going to see a pitching change.
Reminder that tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock is our next game. And we will be playing the Coastal Kings, the West Coast Kings.
And there will indeed be a pitching change. Blues have all the momentum. Runners at the corners with nobody out. And Ian Valdez, his night will end without recording an out. Walked Pemberton, who proceeded to steal second and third. Walked Cabreros, who stole second and advanced to third on a wild pitch. And then walked Mistoni. Threw a wild pitch that advanced Cabreros to third, but more importantly scored Pemberton from third. And that's where we find ourselves in a 1-run ball game. Dodgers up 4-3, but that lead in jeopardy. And it's Evan Steinberger going to be pinch hitting for the Blues and subbing in at catcher, we believe. We're going to take a short break and be right back with you. Thanks so much for hanging out on the Blues Streaming Network. Got quite a finish coming up for you. Better stick around for it. I'll be right back. Runners at the corners for the Blues. It's Luke Mistoni at first and Jojo Cabreros at third. Evan Steinberger's at the plate. Had a great day there yesterday. Pinch hitting here and taking ball one. A lot of non-competitive pitches from Valdez. Swung on and missed. But he was subbed out. Mistoni's taken off for second, and he has another stolen base. The Blues have another stolen base, the fourth of the inning. And it's Jack Holland on the mound. He came in for Ian Valdez, who did not record an out and walked 3 straight hitters. 1-2 pitch. Steinberger checked his swing, and did he go around? They'll say no. And the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Biggest at bat of the night for the Blues. Infield tightly packed in for the Dodgers. And Jack Holland thrust into an uncomfortable situation, to say the least. Right-hander facing the lefty Steinberger. The pitch. Ball 3. Count full. Steinberger awaits a payoff pitch. Runners are now at second and third after another stolen base, this one by Mistoni, the third Blue to have a stolen base. Steinberger lines one into left center, base hit, game is tied, and they're going to send Mistoni from second in to score. They take the lead. It's 5-4. I put the camera on myself and not the game. I apologize. My mistake. It was a base hit. Run scored.
Bring up number 1, the second baseman on slow high, Noah Clausen.
I promise the run scored. Blues take the lead. It's 5-4, and there's still nobody out. And the pitch. It's now Clausen bunting and pop that pitch up. Strike one. That's hit beyond the reach of the first baseman. Another base hit. Steinberger into third and Clausen into second. He won't try to score. Blues have everything working. Another base hit. Still nobody out.
And batting number 4, Joey Freitas.
And now it's Joey Freitas. Blues have come alive and gotten to the Dodger bullpen. Jack Holland has come out of the pen and gotten roughed up. Of course, those runs, some of which unearned. There's still nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. Clausen doubled, and he's safe at second. Steinberger, who singled in the 2 runs to take the lead, is safe at third. And now it's Joey Freitas checking his swing and taking ball one. That's in for a strike. Blues waited 8 innings to absolutely come alive and take advantage of the Dodger pen as Freitas fouls one off. 1-2. Appreciate you guys bearing with me in terms of the new camera integration. I'm running all three somehow from my laptop. Technology is an amazing thing. As Freitas fouls a second straight one off, count remains 1-2. It's been fun. It's fun to control this much about the game, try and, obviously give the viewer more detail. And it'll be this way for the rest of the season. Ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt, 2-2. Blues lead 5-4. They have rallied all the way to take the lead. That one is grounded back up the middle. Holland has it, throws home, and Steinberger's caught in a pickle. Throw to third, and they got him. Runners now on first and second. Steinberger, the first out at third. But reaching safely is Joey Freitas on a fielder's choice. Hit that one back to the pitcher. One gone for Para. There's ball 2. Blues have taken the lead, still only 1 out, and Jack Holland still on the mound for the Dodgers. Delivers ball 3. Well, best way to start a rally is to walk 3 straight guys, allow 4 straight stolen bases. Sharp single down the line by Steinberger. There's ball 4, and they're loaded. It was only a matter of time. This team had shown signs of life, good patience at the plate. And Para walks, allowing Tolia to get his chance in at the hit party. Tolia takes strike 1. That's the 4th walk of the inning. Para now safe at first, and the 0-1. That's lined through the left side. Base hit, run scores. 6-4 Blues. Tolia with an RBI single, and they're still loaded with 1 out.
That means Blue score, you score pricing continues. And the score is now 6-4.
Blues have rallied all the way back to take the lead, a 4-run bottom of the 8th, and they're not even done. Here's Garrett Brooks. They've officially hit around. Dodgers did this to him yesterday. Sent all 9 men to the plate in 1 inning. Blues get them back here in the second game of the series in the bottom of the 8th in what has become a 4-run inning. Ball and no strikes. Holland looks in. Yeah, now 1-1. Brooks has an RBI already, along with a single and double. Ball and a strike from Holland. Here's the pitch. Ball 2. Fouled back against the netting, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Brooks, and they're loaded for the Blues. That's in the dirt. Count now full. Ball 4 will mean another run. Swing and a miss. And Brooks is just the second out of the inning.
Now bring up number 27, the center fielder, Luke Pemberton.
Luke Pemberton, who started this entire rally, will get a chance to stand in with the bases full of Blues in a 6-4 ball game in the bottom of the 8th. 2 gone now, and Jack Holland stands in and delivers the first pitch. Ball 1. Ball and no strikes. Holland's 1-0. Swung on and missed. Ball and strike. Swung on and missed again. 1-2. Bases loaded. Holland gets the sign. Pemberton, who started the rally, his second at bat of the inning, fouls one off to the right side. That's a souvenir just outside of the VIP section. Doesn't matter. They could have been in the VIP section. I don't think you were keeping any of those kids out of there. Those kids are VIPs when it comes to foul balls. Ball 2, and that saved a run. Absolutely. If that pitch gets away, it's 7-4. It's a good snag from Sandoval behind the plate. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. And the pitch. Fouled off again. That one's going to leave the ballpark. Blues have finally taken the lead. Had not led through 2 games. And a swing and a miss. Pemberton strikes out with the bases loaded, but it was his walk and 2 stolen bases that started the rally for the Blues to take the lead 6-4. And they are 3 outs away from their first victory of the season. Blues hit around. Pemberton gets 2 at-bats. Walks and strikes out, but at the end of the day, sparking a rally. Could possibly get him a post-game interview. We'll have to wait and see. There's your tease. We're heading to the top of the 9th. And Isaac Baez, who's just been excellent out of the pen with strikeout stuff, 7 strikeouts in relief, is on to shut things down for the Blues. His offense has given him a lead, and he needs 3 more outs. We'll be right back. Thanks so much for hanging out on the Blue Streaming Network. Pinch hitter on to start for the Dodgers. It's Sebastian Arguelles. Count even 1-1. So Baez is pitching into his 5th inning of relief. This will be his 69th pitch. Already 7 strikeouts and does not have an earned run out of the pen. And this is a performance that has certainly shown Bob Miller something in terms of the possible trust he could have in him throughout the season. Ball and 2 strikes. Blues are 3 outs away from their first victory. And getting to 1-1 on the season. Baez set. Tried to frame that one for him, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch popped up and playable for the infield momentarily. That'll drop in the stands, actually. Arguelles stays alive. Freshman on his way to Santa Barbara City College. Baez, 2-strike pitch. And it's full. Payoff pitch. Fouled off. Another souvenir. That one's in the orange seats. It's tougher for the kids to get into the orange seats. You'd have to trample people, topple over people, which they don't have a problem doing. It's just easier in the grass. You'll land on something softer. Here's the pitch. Inside, and it either hit him or was ball 4. They're going to say it hit him, and it's indeed a leadoff base runner for the Dodgers, which, of course, in a 2-run ball game means everything. Tying run at the plate in the form of Dominic Giuffre. And here comes Ed Gravel to speak with Baez. Pitching coach for the Blues. New pitching coach, Ed Gravel. Pitching coach at Cal Poly High School for a number of years. And finds himself lending his services to the Blues this summer. Leadoff man's aboard for the Dodgers. Argelis reached on ball 4. Tying run at the plate for the Dodgers. And with all the pinch hitters coming in now for the Dodgers, they're going to convey with home plate umpire and make sure everything's good to go. Calling attention to the pinch hitter. We're all good to go. Dom Jufre. Baez to Jufre. Strike one. One strike pitch. That one is sent softly into right field, base hit. And so the Dodgers certainly have something cooking here in the top of the ninth. A walk to Argelis, and Baez allows soft contact, and it ends up being a single for Jufre. And now Sandoval is the go-ahead run. He tripled his last time up against Baez. Runners on second and third, nobody out. Shows bunt, lays it down foul. Strike one. Baez, what do you think, Max? Thrown more pitches than any Blues pitcher so far? I feel like that's the case. You don't think so? We'll get that confirmed. It's possible. Anything's possible. Even a Dodger comeback. But here's Baez in his 0-1. Steps off momentarily. Argelis is at second. He walked to lead off the inning. Again, we're in the top of the ninth. And Dominic Jufre singled softly to right field. That bunt's laid down and popped up. 2 strikes may just eliminate that strategy for Joaquin Sandoval, who is 2 for 4, single and triple. Interesting to see if anyone will start warming for the Blues or if they're going to have Baez bring it home. And the pitch, ball 1. Well, crowd is stick around to see a win. That is certainly in danger here. Runners on first and second with nobody out. 1-2. That's ball 2. Trying to get him with the breaking ball. And Sandoval takes it. Two balls, 2 strikes. Blues ahead by 2. Baez trying to keep it that way. That's fouled off as Sandoval stays alive again. Baez looks in and gets the sign. And he's set to fire. Fouled off again. It's 2-2. Blues trying to hang on for that first victory of the season. Won their first 3 games of the season last year, then lost in the home opener. Memorial Day weekend, time called by Sandoval. We'll have every game of it for you, as we will the entire season, home and road. Tomorrow's contest starting at 4 p.m., and then you can join us on Memorial Day. That's the only game on Monday I believe we'll play. That'll be a 1 o'clock game. Here's Baez, 2-2 pitch. That gets away, and the runners will advance 90 feet each. And now it's nervous time for the Blues faithful. Count full on Sandoval. Runners on second and third with nobody out. Sandoval still at the plate. We'll say it again. His last plate appearance, sent one into right center. Left center, I should say, I believe. Took 3 bags. Would not come in to score because Baez pitched around it, striking out every other batter for the out. Would love to get that first one here, as it looks like he's being asked to go all the way. Payoff pitch. Grounded foul. Count's full. Only 1 base left. Fouled off again. And this at-bat will see a 10th pitch. And the Blues are indeed going to warm one more arm. You have to think if Baez walks Sandoval, they may call on that right-hander. Can't quite see his number. More importantly, here's a payoff pitch. That one is hit to second, and they'll get the lead run at first. Or the run at first, I should say. It is 6-5 now. The Dodgers have scored and advanced that runner from second to third, and the Blues exchange an out for a run. So Sandoval grounds out to second and records an RBI to make it 6-5. Here comes Bob Miller, and we are indeed going to see a pitching change. What a job by Isaac Baez out of the pen. 4 1/3, 7 strikeouts, only 1 earned run, and a whole lot of pitches. We'll give you the final numbers after this one is all over. Pitching change, though, will introduce you into the new Blues arm. When we come back, real short break. Promise I'll be right back with you. For the conclusion, 2 more outs for the Blues to get. Or will we be headed to extras? Bottom of the 9th? Glad you're sticking around to wait and see with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Top of the ninth, and the newly inserted Caden Tynes, a senior at Arroyo Grande High School, is going to face Kane Ross, who fouls off the first pitch 0-1. Well, we wondered where Ross was in the lineup today. Had a good day yesterday. Looked strong at the plate. And he is hitting for the DH Brady Spencer in this situation. Righty on righty. Runner at third. The tying run, that is. Here's the 0-1. Missing high, ball one. When I talked to Coach Miller yesterday, he mentioned that Tynes is a guy to really look for when it comes to closing ball games for the Blues. So he might be a high school senior, but this guy might be around to stay for the season. Here's his 1-1. Fouled off as Ross chased a high fastball. 1-2 now. Tynes going to be forced to get 2 outs and hold a runner at third to get the Blues their first victory of the season here in game number 2. Ball and 2 strikes, runner at third, 6-5 ball game, and the pitch misses. And the stop behind the plate saved a run, and the count's even. That ball gets away. We are tied at 2, most likely. Righty on righty matchup. Game on the line here. Tynes, 2-strike pitch. Got him swinging.
There's a bottle of SLO heat hot sauce.
Elevated the heater and got out number 2. May have been ball 3, but it's strike 3 in the scorebook.
Now batting number 34, Mateos Melchisian.
Here's a guy to look out for, Melchisian, who started his day 2 for 2, ends up 2 for 4 so far, 2 strikeouts in his last 2 at-bats. So Tynes faces one hitter, strikes him out, delivers ball 1, pitch gets away! And the game is tied on a wild pitch. It's 6-6. That ball got away. We saw it in the last at-bat. He saved one from getting away. That pitch was elevated. It popped out of his glove. And the awareness of Jufre to come in to score. And we are tied at 6. Bases are empty. But the Dodgers have rallied a 2-run top of the ninth. Tynes 1-1. Strike 2. So Tynes strikes out. Kane Ross delivers a wild pitch that ties the ball game. Strikes out Melchisian, and the Blues will have a chance to walk it off.
331 is the lucky program we're looking for.
So instead of the game being over, we go to the bottom of the ninth. I thought yesterday's game was interesting. This one definitely more compelling. As we head to the bottom half, and we'll see who the Dodgers bring out to try and force extra innings here in game number 2. Hope he didn't go anywhere. Tied at 6. Bottom of the ninth coming up. We'll see how it ends. And enjoy some Journey in the meantime. Cabrera stands in with the game tied at 6. And Jack Holland back on the hill for the Dodgers. Trying to send this game to extra innings. Cabrero's trying to end it here. Strike one. Blues with a chance to walk it off here in game number 2. That's in for a strike. 0-2. Hollins 0-2 pitch. Cabrero's chased a high off-speed pitch and fouled it off to stay alive. No outs, nobody on, bottom 9 and the pitch. Swung on and missed in the dirt. Drop third strike. They'll throw to first, complete the strikeout. Cabreros is the first out in the bottom of the 9th. It'll be up to Mistoni.
Heading now for the Blues, number 12, the designated hitter, Luke Mistoni.
One out for Mistoni. And ball 1. One 0 pitch. Mistoni takes high, ball 2. Cabreros struck out to begin the bottom of the 9th. Blues led 6-4 heading into the top half of the final frame. Dodgers rallied, scored 2. That's high and inside, ball 3. So the Blues with their chance to walk it off in front of a home crowd that maybe less than half of the people here. Might be exactly half. I'm not sure. Still a good amount of people hanging around because, of course, it's still a good ball game. Tied at 6, 3-0 pitch on its way. And ball 4, lead off, excuse me, not a leadoff walk, a one-out walk for Mistoni. He walked in that infamous bottom of the 8th when the Blues took that 6-4 lead. And he walks again here in the bottom of the 9th. Julian Kirschmeister stands in. Right-handed hitter. His first at-bat is a Blue. Senior at Templeton High School. Swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch swung on and missed. 1 out for the Blues, but Mistoni is safe at first. He walked. And now it's Julian Kirschmeister. And the pitch. Got him looking, strike 3. Two gone, and it'll be up to Noah Clausen. Jack Holland remains in. Took over in the bottom of the 8th, now bottom of the 9th. Did he go around on the swing? He did. Strike 1. The appeal down to first. Looked to be an easy call. Couldn't hold the bat up. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Ball 1. Crowd, I guess, doesn't know whether to be silent. Everyone's probably tired, but chance for an exciting finish here. Swing and a miss. Sure, staff might be tired, hungry, but a chance to see an exciting finish. That pitch almost got away. Count even. Clausen doubled in his last at-bat, which came in the bottom of the 8th, in which the Blues took the lead. 1 for 4 with a double and a walk for the leadoff hitting Noah Clausen, has manned second base in this one. Mistoni's still safe at first, and here's Holland's 2-2 pitch. Swing and miss at a pitch in the dirt. Throw to first will complete that strikeout, and so it does. And we're headed to extra innings.
And we're going for extras. Score is tied.
Hope you don't have anywhere to be tonight. Approaching 9:30, approaching 3.5 hours of game time. 3.5 hours on the air. Hope you've enjoyed all of it as I have. Zach Ebrahim along with you in the press box. Sinsheimer Park. We're headed to the top of the 10th. I'll be right back. Here's Vic Heredia to lead off the top of the 10th. And that pitch is ball 1. Heredia manning shortstop today. Fouls one off, and it's 1-1.
Heads up right by the fence. Thanks to Eidler's Home Appliance, sponsoring our foul balls.
Heredia's day so far. Reached on a fielder's choice, reached on an error. Takes ball 2 there. Has himself a single and a walk in his last 2 at-bats. Batting 9th, and then he'll be the top of the order. Excuse me, not batting 9th. Today he's batting 5th. I was looking at yesterday's score sheet. 3 balls, 1 strike. Game tied at 6. We're in extras. I do not believe we had a single game go to extras last year. That's lined into left center. Base hit. Heredia is aboard. Dodgers have the leadoff man on in the top of the 10th. So I think it's our first time being in extras, at least since I've been here. That's a year and 2 games. Crowd's still sticking around. I think they see that 10 up there on the scoreboard and they might start heading out. Seeing some yawning fans pick up their blankets, pick up their chairs, and head out. We still got a ball game to finish. Ball one. To A.J. Simmons. Ball no strikes. Simmons awaits the second pitch. Ball two. Should remind you it is Caden Tynes still out there pitching for the Blues. It's a role we could see him in. Coach Miller calls him an aggressive pitcher, just loves to go after the hitter. 2-0. Popped up. And caught in center field by Pemberton. That's out number one. That's out number one. And so he'll hand the baton off. Runner on first, one out. Throw over to first as Tynes will check on him. Sebastian Argelis awaits the first pitch from Tynes. Righty on righty and the pitch. That's elevated, ball one. Tynes 1-0 pitch to Argelis. That's hit out to left and caught. Didn't carry too much. McGibbon under it. Brooks under it for the Blues. That's 2 outs now in the top of the 10th. Blues trying to hang that 0 up there. Give their bats a chance to give the fans that have been loyal enough to stick around and see an exciting finish. As we have surpassed 3.5 hours of game time. Tynes versus McGibbon here in the top of the 10th. Tied at 6. There's strike number one. It was a leadoff walk for the Dodgers. Fans may have caught their breath, but Tynes has rallied to get 2 outs and count evens with that elevated pitch. But this is a role, just repeat, that Tynes will possibly be in for a lot of the season. An aggressive pitcher, still in high school. Rio Grande High, right-handed. Swing and miss, 1-2. Aggressive right-hander, loves to go after hitters, and Coach Miller loves that mentality. Need that mentality in a closer. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 gone, top of the 10th. Tied at 6. Blues took the lead in the bottom of the 8th. Dodgers tied it up top of the 9th. Runner takes off for second. Swing and miss, strike 3. And that half of the inning is over. Tynes gets the K. We're headed to the bottom of the 10th. Can the Blues send everybody home happy? Let's bow our heads and pray. Getting late. A little after 9:30. All in a day's work here at Sinsheimer Park. Be right back with you for the conclusion of Blues and Dodgers, the second and final game between these two teams. Come hang out with us tomorrow at 4 p.m. and on Memorial Day at 1. We'll be having just as much fun as we have the past 2 days. Appreciate you sticking around. Thanks for hanging out on the Blue Streaming Network. We will be right back. Bottom of the 10th. And it's Joey Freitas to lead off our tie ball game. Jack Holland remains in and delivers ball 1 to Freitas. Crowd certainly got some energy with it now, knowing that the game could end with one swing. Obviously, don't want to get ahead of ourselves, even though it feels like that's my specialty at times. 1-1. Had a lot of exciting finishes at home last season. A couple walk-offs, one during a day game, one a night game like this. In for a strike 1 and 2. Blues certainly had a flair for the dramatic last year. Could they come through in the clutch this time around? Ball and 2 strikes. That pitch gets away. Freitas has the count even at 2. Jack Holland still pitching for the Dodgers. Don't feel like we'll see many more pitching changes. Blues actually do have an arm warming. See if that even will matter after this half inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Freitas takes ball 3 and the count's full. Tied at 6 in the bottom of the 10th. Freitas awaits a payoff pitch. Slaps one to short. Play made. Throw to first in time to get him. 6-3 on the ground out. Freitas had reached in back-to-back innings the 7th and 8th on fielder's choices. Unable to do so there. And it'll be up. Let's see who it is. Blanchette. Giovanni Blanchette. Pinch hitter inserted for the Blues. Took ball 1. No one on, 1 out. Tied at 6 in the 10th. And the pitch. That one is grounded to third. Play made deep in the hole. Throw not in time. Blanchette beat it out. And he's aboard. So Blanchette, in his pinch hit appearance, gets himself an infield single. Here's Tolia. Blanchette safe at first. He's the winning run. Throw over to first. Checks on him. He's safe. First pitch to Tolia. Ball 1. Tolia's been hit by a pitch, walked twice, flown out to right, finally got himself an RBI single in the bottom of the 8th. His 6th time up to the plate. Hasn't seen a strike yet. Righty on righty. Jack Holland delivers. Swing and a miss. Had a rip at that one. At least everyone's getting a heads up on cleanup. Tonight the press box might be late to our closing circle. Throw over to first. Blanchette safe. Two balls, one strike. Holland looks in, gets the sign. And Tolia takes ball 3. They've attacked him high in the zone. He's taken all 3. The one time a pitch was even close to down, he had a rip at it. Swung and missed. 4 pitches later, we're in a 3-1 count. Tied at 6. Tolia sends one out to left. Is it fair and gone? It is a walk-off home run for Zach Tolia. The Blues win 8-6 in the bottom of the 10th. It's a 2-run bomb. And the game is over. His 6th time up to the plate. And he gives the fans what they wanted. Walk-off here in game number 2. Blues win in game number 2. That was an absolute bomb. Quite the game. An absolute roller coaster. Blues trail all the way until the bottom of the 8th when they take a 6-4 lead heading into the top of the 9th. Then they surrender that. Tied at 6, we head into the 10th, and Zach Tolia wants to get home and have everybody drive home safely in a good mood after a win. 2-run homer from Tolia ends it. 8-6 your final. And we can finally sing Go Blues Go. What a game. Appreciate you sticking around if you did for all of it. It was worth the wait to see the result. It's quite a good game to break out all the new equipment on, wouldn't you say? Final 8-6, Blues win 8-6. 2-run homer from Tolia. Ends it in the bottom of the 10th. First extra inning game. Again, I believe we've had in quite some time. They sure got a flair for the dramatic at home. Blues send everybody home happy. Time to celebrate. Stay tuned for the post-game show, Blues Live. Going to go grab the hero, Zach Tolia, who set one out into left and ended this ball game. So we're going to go grab So Zach's going to go grab Zach. Stay tuned for the post-game show. We'll have a chat up here in the press box, talk to him all about it, and wrap things up here on Blues Live. I'm going to go run down to the dugout, see if I can find him, and be right back here with you. Thanks for hanging out. My bad, y'all. I actually left the second mic in my car. That's my mistake. I sincerely apologize. I'd give him my headset, but then you wouldn't be able to hear the question. It would be kind of a mess. We'll get him later in the season. There's no doubt this won't be the last great thing that Zach Tolia does for the Blues. He'll be on the post-game show, and we'll start having more of those. The intern interviews are coming back. If you were a fan last season and you tuned into these broadcasts, we're going to have intern interviews so you can get to know not just myself, but all the people that have much tougher jobs that actually put together the incredible game day operations that the Blues have together. Those are going to start next weekend for the Blues' next homestand. We have games tomorrow at 4, Memorial Day at 1. And apologies again. I'll bring the second microphone. I'll make sure this does not happen again. Zach Tolia, the hero, hits a 2-run bomb to give us the final 8-6 with the Blues victory. Now 1-1 on the season. Game 3 tomorrow against the West Coast Kings, another non-league matchup, but nonetheless, it'll be just as fun as this one. Thanks so much for hanging out on the Blue Streaming Network. I've been Zach Ibrahim for my statistician Max Lober, PA announcer Jim Siebert, and Director of Press Box Operations Johnny Huber. Have a good night and get home safely, unless you're home now. Good night, everybody.